Good day, my dear people of BIAFRAN land. Good day, Nigeria. Good day, Africa. I bless each and every one of us here listening to my voice at this point in time. I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from my own Daily Talks corner, bringing to you this Wednesday broadcast, being the second day of November in the year 2022. My channel is all about truth. We don't paint walls and we don't condone any form of bad news or lies. So we deal on truth, and truth is the order of the day, where we speak to you the undiluted truths you need to know about the Biafra struggle, you need to know about the Nigerian politics, and you need to know things that is happening in Africa and the world at large. Please do not touch the dial. We are moving straight into the business of the day. Here are the top headlines, newspapers, for today being the Wednesday, 22nd of November in the year 2022. Good morning, Biafra. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning to the world. Welcome to Nigerian News Roundup of top newspaper headlines in Nigeria for today. It is time for him to tell us the kind of sickness he is suffering from. Edwin Clark blast Buhari because every journey he make, just back from Korea, he had traveled to UK for 2 weeks sabbatical leave on medical checkups. So he need to come out and tell us what kind of sickness is troubling you. I think this question need to be asked to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not Buhari, because Buhari is almost about to leave. We should ask Tinubu what kind of sickness that is holding him. Is he suffering from dementia or a sickness that is attached with old age? We don't know, or let his doctor come out and bring a result and tell us, look at what the presidential candidate of the All People's Congress is facing. Another one here on my list is why police cannot prosecute Tinubu over Alex certificate forgery. That is what they are saying. So later on, we will come back to know exactly what the police or IGP of police is saying about Tinubu's certificate forgery. Whether they have forgotten that this man does not even have a certificate in talk less of forging anyone. Another one here on my list, 2023 presidency, Kwankwaso unveils campaign manifesto. Why Atiku, Miyetti Allah are angry, blackmailing me, governor of Benue State, Autumn speaking. Arigbesola camp reveals presidential candidate the minister will work for after he was left out of Tinubu's campaign council. You are working for him now, so what is the big deal of bringing it to the limelight? Tinubu will end Boko Haram, ISWAP, insurgency in 6 months. Shetima. This is laughable. Well, it might happen. It might happen because the best security any community or any country can have is when you made a criminal the security or a head of a vigilante. Everything about those things will go. Everybody know about Shetima. So telling us that this thing will end. Well, it might be true, but it might not be true because in politics, just don't believe until when you see it happen. Well, later we will come back here to see what we are going to do. Lagos government to meet with drivers on Wednesday over strike. Terrorists have taken over Nigeria. Yoruba nation will be achieved before December. Akintoye speaking. I hope people will stand on your word. Aviation workers shut down Lagos airport terminal, disrupt flights over unpaid salaries. 2023, Umahi bans political rallies in schools, restrict movements of Okada in Ebonyi State, capital. We are waiting to see the outcome of all this on Agaragara. APC, most especially APC. Even PDP self are doing their own. Obaseki is in the other side doing his own against APC because he is PDP member. Then now Umahi APC don't want any political rallies. In other words, if you come there to do rally, it's either you stay on the express to do the rally, or you are you go into campaign from home to home. That's exactly what he meant by saying that. So let us see what the Yoruba nation is telling us here, my dear people. The good Biafran people, you will see that this struggle and this agitation is not only Biafrans. The Yoruba nations also need to have their own freedom because they are also marginalized in one way or the other. Terrorists have taken over Nigeria. The leader of the Ilana Omo Odua, the Yoruba Self-Determination Group, Prof. Banji Akintoye, has stated that the solution to the challenges of insecurity in Nigeria is the actualization of an independent Yoruba nation. You people can see it. Before actualization of an independent of Biafran nation, this one is Yoruba nation. We move. Let the Arewa youth wake up. When you have three nations contesting in this particular struggle, in this particular contest, I tell you the gospel truth. The United Nations, even if they are deaf, even if they have been bribed by so-called our evil leaders, they must listen and do something about it. But the problem we're having in Nigeria is only one side of the country is demanding to break out, whereby we'll have three nations in one nation, in one country. We have the Yoruba nation, we have the Igbo nation, and we also have the Arewa nation. So why can't all these people wake up and know that they have been marginalized? In Arewa, they are the most holders of Nigerian power. And when I talk about power, I'm not talking about local government or governor area or police, whatever. In terms of leadership of the country, being the presidency, they have been the one that is holding it for quite a very long time. But those places is the place you will find the most poverty stinking areas in the country. They have been holding this power for a very long time. Count them, they are uncountable. Salam Abubakar is there. Yaradua is there. That's why they don't complain his tenure. Buhari is also there. Babangida is also there. Tafawa Belewa is also there. I mean, many more. Many more, not to mention. But they are still the most poorest. They are still the most out of school children. It's in the north you will see the highest rate of almajiris begging on the street. Millions of them. No home. Only they live in one place. What do they call it? Either in a mosque or whatever. Or in their school, the Arabic school. That is where they live. I live in the north and I know all these things that I'm telling you. But they have been the one holding the power. But how is it they are the poorest? The truth there is this. The most prominent people in the north is no more there. What we have there now is Fulanese. That is why you see all of them that is ruling the nation, all are Fulanese, and they have where they come from. They have where they came from. So when they get to the top, they will be sending the monies back to their base, not even developing the north, which claim that they are their brothers. They are not. They are not with you. That's as simple as that. They are not with you. They are not your brothers. Imagine somebody building railway from here to Maradi, borrowing $1.9 billion to do that railway, whereby the federal rules in their constituency, from what do they call it, Katsina, where this man come from. You go there, you will see a dilapidated area, the worst area you can ever think of. This is as he argued that the foreign terrorists have taken over many parts of the country and are unleashing mayhem on the citizens. Professor Akintoye, who spoke on Tuesday, added that by God's grace, Yoruba people will have a nation of their own before the end of this year. I pray and I pray and I pray and I pray it happens. Okute News reports he stated this at the Congress of the Ilana Omo Odua on Tuesday in Ibadan, where he spoke via phone. He said, "Our nation is in serious danger. There is an insecurity in our land. Foreign terrorists brought by the Fulani are all over our land, but we shall drive them away." The truth is this: the people who brought this in upon us, they are still out there, even making noise in one television station or the other. El-Rufai knows about these people. He knows them. He knows, and that is why he cannot do anything. Terrorists have taken over almost half of Kaduna. They are the one that brought all these machinery to come and fight good luck in 2015. Now, look at where they have kept us. After bringing them, the agreement you signed with them, you couldn't fulfill it. Then they scatter almost all the whole. Look at the irony there. when they started unleashing all this mayhem, they started from the north, because that is the people that deceived them, bringing them to Nigeria without fulfilling their promises. And now they have turned against the country. Even innocent people are the ones suffering it. Have you ever seen any El-Rufai son or daughter or whoever, or even relative, around all these places these things are happening? He has sent all of them to abroad and be moving with 1 million policemen to guide him. They brought this upon this nation, and I pray and hope that they will see all these things happen before their very eyes. Because they don't know, they are playing a very nonsense and dirty politics, importing machineries from neighboring countries to come and fight, to come and vote, to come and do all sorts of heinous crimes, just to make sure the rubbish, the good luck administration. Now, look at where it have landed them, not us. Because we, the Biafrans, have nothing to do with this. By the grace of God, we shall have our country before the end of December. I repeat, we shall have our nation before the end of December by the special grace of God. That is Prophet Akintoye speaking. In 1999 Constitution is 40. Speaking at the same event, the Interim General Secretary of the Ilana Omo Odoa Group, Chief Kunle Adelakun, popularly known as Ero Obodo, said restructuring and self-determination were the way out of the current challenges in Nigeria. He said the 1999 Constitution is the part of the problems of Nigeria, arguing that the struggle for the actualization of an independent Yoruba nation is very, very important. In his words, we Yoruba people are progressively naughty by nature, and we would not allow the Nigerian contraption and the fraudulent imposed 1999 Constitution destroy our God-given intellect, human capital resources, and the promising future which is at par compared with the developed nations of the world. Our great people, whom I call compatriots in the struggle and journey to freedom, I want to state clearly to us today that our hope for liberation might be scuttled if you fail in your task and responsibility. We must indulge the truth and the yearning of the over 65 million people for a new republic of the Yoruba nation that will serve as a hub of intellectual innovation and technological development, which is destined to set a purposeful agenda and model for the rest of Africa. Let me say this to all: Nigeria is going nowhere, not because we don't want it to grow or because we lack the intellectual capacity to make it work, but it cannot work simply because Nigeria has been hooked to slave masters and the ruling class who are hell-bent to thwart democratic principles to favor their greed, ego, and personal interests. Akintoye speaking. So, my good people, as you can see it, the Biafrans, you will have to rejoice. We have Yoruba nations here struggling to get their own nation as well. So we shall also know that this struggle is not us alone. Now, a lot of people is fed up with this country called Nigeria. So we must keep fighting in tooth and nail to make sure that we get to where we are going. No matter what, no matter when, no matter how, but the simple truth still remains. We must get to our destination, which is the Biafra land, Biafra restoration, and the Biafra referendum. We wait for the day it will be possible. For now, we have to put all hands on deck to make sure that we fight with everything that we have. Let them free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the detention. Why Atiku, Miyetti Allah are angry, blackmailing me, Governor Autumn said. Governor Samuel Autumn of Benue State has accused the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, and the Miyetti Allah of being angry with him because he is standing for the truth. Okute News records that the Miyetti Allah Kutal Hall had in communique at the end of its expanded National Executive Committee (NEC) and the state chairman meeting held Monday in Abuja accused the governor of a profiling Fulani. The meeting condemned the continuous profiling of the Fulani patrol list by the beloved governor of Benue, Samuel Autumn, through his satanic anti-grazing law that he has been using to officially confiscate and auction millions of cattle belonging to Fulani in Benue, Nasarawa, Benue, and Benue-Taraba border communities. Yeti Allah has said, but reacting swiftly when he hosted a delegation from the Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints in Makurdi, Autumn said he was being blackmailed by the Yeti Allah and Atiku. According to the Benue State Governor, he has no regrets for his actions and owes nobody any apologies for the decisions he has taken, adding that the herdsmen group and the presidential candidate are profiling him for standing up for the Benue people. Autumn recalled that in 2017, when we were attacked by nomadic armed Fulani herdsmen from Chad, Niger, Libya, Senegal, and other countries, who decided that they would come and take over Nigeria and make it their own country. We cried loud and also decided to put in place policies that would safeguard our people. Autumn is speaking. That was why we enacted the law prohibiting open grazing, because ranching remains the global best practice for animal husbandry. And we insisted that the law must be respected by everybody. Whether you are a Fulani man or wherever you come from, you must respect the law of the state that is guiding or that accepts you to live in their land. But because of the agenda was to take over and occupy our land, they are very angry with me. They have taken the Benue state government to court twice, and we defeated them because we have a law in place. And today, you hear blackmail from Atiku Abubakar, who is the presidential candidate of my party. You hear blackmail from Yeti Allah saying that I have profiled Fulani, but I have always qualified the type of Fulani that I am profiling, and they are responsible, and they have also not denied it. They have come to accept and agree that they are responsible for the killings in Benue. Foreign Fulani displacing Benue people. The governor said he has lost over 5,000 people in Benue State from 2011 to date, and more than 120 security men have lost their lives in the state in the course of trying to maintain law and order and keep the peace for the Benue State people. He said, and then some people feel that they are above the law. Otherwise, what is wrong in obeying the open grazing prohibition law? I have not seen any Fulani away from Benue State. Any Fulani man who is law-abiding remains part of us, and part of us and indigene. I have Fulani men in my government who are working with me. We have not seen anyone. We have not sent anyone away. But one thing we have succeeded in doing is that we have exposed the Fulani who come from other countries to displace our people. As I speak with you, we have over 2 million internally displaced persons, IDPs, aside the over 12,000 refugees from Cameroon that I am hosting in Benue State. How do you want me to be happy, to be a happy man, and be praising you, praising Fulani for what? I will not do it, according to Autumn. Serving and the protecting of his people, that is his mandate. Autumn vowed that with the last pint of his blood, he remains committed to serving and protecting the people that made him governor. Continuing, the PDP chieftain said he has no apologies and regrets for his actions, because it is in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and it is in line with his teachings as a Christian. I believe in fairness, equity, and justice. That is what our Lord Jesus Christ taught us. We should be fair to all, and that is where I stand. And so I have no apologies to anybody. Somebody can be angry with me, like our presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar said in Kaduna, but it was an agenda to profile me and set me against the Fulani. I know the agenda at the appropriate time. I will believe that God will handle such issues. I believe that people should live peacefully together, work together, and enjoy together, Autumn said. And my question in this open grazing thing of a thing is this: how does someone's personal business is now a national issue? Have Nigeria made rearing of cow now that part of their mineral resources, which they are using to develop the nation? That is the question. If you check very well, you find out that all these cattle breeders and cattle rearers, they don't pay tax. Yet, they use it to destroy farmlands of those people who are working day and night to make sure that the country have food. Haven't we imported enough? Now, Nigeria is importing garri from China. Garri that you are doing in our own backyard. Now, Nigeria is importing garri from China. Very soon now, you hear that China have produced plastic garri that will be killing our people in hundreds on daily basis. Because of what? Lack of government infrastructure to develop the country. Instead, they choose to use the money for their frivolities and the other nefarious spending they do out there. A governor will have headache, they will jump to flight and go abroad to go and take paracetamol or Panadol. And you tell me how they are going to grow. Imagine one of the governors, 500 naira governor, was very, very buoyant. Very, very buoyant in the national TV, asking flyover. Imagine that. Imagine the impunity. Asking people what are they doing with the flyover. That is the only person, anybody that use leg is a climbing flyover. That flyover he chooses to do it on his own. Flyover that is not even up to 5 kilometers. Hey, Nigerians, which never do well, governors and the ministers and the senators, from the presidency down to the local level, everything has spoiled. Nigeria need to reshuffle everything from beginning to the end. They need it. If not, we are going nowhere. If we continue with this set of people in the government, my dear, imagine somebody who is 2023 now is coming. Some people have completed 8 years in a governorship. Now they are warming up to go into the Senate or House of Reps. That is exactly, they don't have any business again doing, other than jumping from one seat of office to the other. If they run to Senate, they didn't get the Senate, they'll be looking for contract. If they don't see contract, then they will go to and form what they call it, a governors forum. All these offices is just to be squandering and looting of funds that belong to the masses. What some people will even complete their tenure, most especially all these ones that stay in the Senate, all these House of Rep members, most of them have been there for over 20-something years without any single project, any good project accomplished or completed in their constituency. Yet they are still there on day in, day out. It has become their birthright. They don't contest it with anybody. Every season they are there. Common to contribute anything, they will not. Instead, they will go to the house there and be sleeping. That is how you tell me the country will grow. Grow to where? Where are they growing to? Let's move straight to another news, please. Because talking about all this, I will never do well. Leaders and rulers. I feel one day you just pack all of them, put them inside one house, and they light up the house. Let them all just burn and go. Why police cannot prosecute Tunumbu over alleged certificate forgery? That is Inspector General of Police. You have collected your gun and must go. So why can't you come out and tell us another different thing? The Inspector General of Police, Alekale Baba Usman, on Tuesday revealed why the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress (APC), Bola Ahmed Tinubu, cannot be prosecuted over alleged certificate forgery. Usman on Tuesday told the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja that no petition has been filed with the security agency against Tinubu. He further stated that Tinubu cannot be put on trial because he is not a suspect. The police revealed the reasons why it cannot prosecute Tinubu in an affidavit filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja by a counsel, Wisdom Emmanuel Madaki. The IGP, reacting to a suit instituted by a civil group seeking an order of mandamus to compel him to arrest and prosecute Tinubu for perjury and certificate forgery, said the police have no power to prosecute Tinubu without any known offense committed. Although the affidavit claimed that Tinubu has no pending petition before the police, the IGP, however, admitted that two different petitions from a civil group incorporated trustees of Center for Reform and Public Advocacy, requesting for arrest and the persecution of Tinubu for alleged perjury and certificate forgery related offences. The IGP explained that the two petitions were predicted on allegations that had been adjourned upon by Supreme Court in 2002 in a suit filed by the late foremost human rights activist, Chief Gani Fawemi. The affidavit averred that since the alleged perjury and certificate forgery had been resolved by the Supreme Court, there was no need for police to reopen the matter again. Besides, the IG of police said the police do not need any court order to make arrest and prosecute since it derives its powers from the Constitution and statutes. Inspector General of Police asked the Federal High Court to dismiss the suit brought against him and the Nigerian police force for one to merit and the jurisdiction, adding that the plaintiff will not be prejudiced if the suit is dismissed. The police boss asserted that the suit on the alleged perjury and certificate forgery is frivolous and vexatious and deserves no attention from the court. Counsel to the civil group, Emeka Ekpu, at the hearing on Tuesday told Justice Nyang Edem Ekwo that the counter affidavit of police had just been served on him and that he needed time to peruse it and reply to it formally. Ekwo asked Justice Ekwo to grant him a short adjournment to enable him to react to the counter affidavit properly. Justice Ekwo, in his ruling, granted the request and fixed January 9, 2023 for the hearing of the suit. The Inspector General of Police was dragged before the court by the incorporated trustees of the Center for Reform and Public Advocacy over his early refusal to prosecute the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress over allegations bordering on perjury and the rest of them. So the you people now is looking before you arrest. That is what I'm saying. You are checking before you arrest, or maybe the person in question have already visited your office, which a lot of Ghana must go, because that is the problem we are having in Nigeria. People who supposed to be forever behind bars are the ones who is jumping up and down, clamoring to be president or vice president or whatever in the Nigeria. Why those ones who supposed to be out, who have the interest of the country at heart, have been the ones being behind bars, suffering for some things they don't know nothing about? I weep for the poor. Tinubu will end Boko Haram, ISWAP, insurgency in 6 months, said by Ali Sharif Shatima. The All Progressive Congress APC vice presidential candidate, Senator Kashim Shettima, has said the Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration will put an end to insurgency within 6 months and 1 year if elected in 2023. They are your brothers. Maybe I suspect that you will tell them to go, that the war is over. Okute News reports that the former Borno state governor stated this while speaking during a town hall meeting between Tinubu and the business community in Lagos. I have a question for Shettima. What if in 6 months Tinubu do not end all these things? Did you speak what the country or the masses will do to you? I think it is high time we begin to hold to all these our leaders ransom. It is high time we hold them ransom. We commit them. Let them come and swear with Ogun. If anything you say you will do before you enter to the city, you enter there, you didn't do it, Ogun will kill you. Or the whole country will gather and stone you to death. Because this thing is becoming too much. You will end insecurity that have been there for over 7 years, which your own administration did not end. To the extent that your president from the same party come out to call Nigeria that they should pray that God should have mercy on Nigeria, whereby they know exactly who they are and why they are disturbing the nation. Imagine the people that kidnap all these Abuja Kaduna train victims. What are they saying? Despite the fact they are collecting money, but they keep on making open confessions and open videos, saying that government know what they want. What do they want, government? Can you people tell us? The day you people signed with them 2015 have not been fulfilled. Because that is the machinery you people imported to fight against Goodluck Jonathan administration. And when you succeed, you couldn't fulfill your own side of the story or side of the deal. Now they have turned against you. But my problem is these poor ones are the ones suffering, like the ones who make the deal have already sent all their families abroad, moving with your catalog of special forces to prevent them from any attack. But one day, when I go collect woto, for sure, when I go collect woto. Within 6 months and 1 year, my leader, Tinubu, will mobilize the leadership to end this madness, he said. Madness you initiated. You are among those people that initiated this thing. So let's if you say to end this, your brothers who are disturbing us, not madness. They are not mad. That is what you people import. You people are now receiving it on your own coin. It sounds you people right. On his part, presidential candidate of the party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has said if elected in 2023, his administration will enlist more people in the armed forces, security services, and the police as part of measures to tackle insecurity. Okay, you now that you are about to join your ancestors, when you enter as a president, then you will recruit youths that are supposed to take care of the nation. Let them go and fight insurgency and die. While your own sons and daughters are busy buying houses in US. Can't you see that something is wrong with you people brain? I am not blaming you people, as you blame the voters who will vote old man that will take the youth who are the future of the country to go, let them go and fight insurgency and die. That is how they keep dying on daily basis in their numbers, in their hundreds, and they are not doing anything. You have made it clear, and they don't want to hear that when you take over, you will recruit 50 million youths. What are they going to eat? Eat abado, eba, keneko, mentioning all sorts of rubbish things. A 7 years old man, very close to his grave, now we take over the affairs of a nation that want to grow. At the end of the day, what he will do, he will employ recruit youths to the police, to the army, and other forces for them to go and die, because they will not supply them with equipment they need to fight the insurgency. You are giving them pump action, I be what they call it, with how many bullets? Why all these ones are carrying machine guns, rocket launchers? You buy Tucano jet. He said that if you use it, US will turn against you. So that means US you are telling us is very happy that people are dying in Nigeria. Now you buy Tucano jet to fight insurgents, you cannot fight them. Man, you people should wake up, because the issue of all this security something is really getting out of hand. He said his administration will continue the fight against insecurity by redefining the country's counter-insurgency doctrine and practice. We shall enlist more people in the armed forces, security services, and police. Our forces will be given better tactical communications, mobility, as well as improved area and ground surveillance capacity. Through this and other means, we shall better identify, monitor. We shall better identify, monitor, track, and defeat these evil groups where they are. They shall have no respite until they surrender or are utterly defeated, he added. And I still have one more question for this Tinubu and the Shetima. So you know about all these things. You are the one that sold Tinubu to Nigerians. You are the one that despised OBJ when you are selling Tinubu to us. When you are selling Buhari to us, Tinubu. So you know that there is anything that called monitor, tracking, and the other things to defeat the evil. Yes, you couldn't bring it to this administration so that people will let your administration to continue. You people have rubbished the country to the extent that to revive it now you take time. Now you are coming with your own that you're going to employ monitor, tracking device, keneko. Why don't you imply it? In the first 4 years, Buhari ruled, the country was still going down. And he keep on maintaining his promise, which he said during his campaign in 2015. APC from top to bottom, from top to bottom, from top to bottom. And people were clapping without knowing what they are clapping for. Now they have seen from top to bottom. And you have all these ideas. And it's the same of your party that is ruling. Yet you couldn't bring the ideas in. So that when he rule finish, people will say, yes, this APC, they have done well. They will say, yes, they will clap for you people, including you, because you are the one that sold it to them. So now if you are coming to contest now, they will say, yes, this man give us a good man, we will vote for him. Let him continue for what this man stopped. Yet he couldn't do it. It's now you are coming to tell us that we are going to flush the bandits in 6 months. Your own party have been in that power for over 7 years, going to 8 years now, without nothing to show for. Instead of defeating the insurgents or whatever it is being called, they keep increasing on daily basis, to the extent of giving a threat self to the Federal Capital Territory. They have attacked the guard of brigade, or what do they call them, in Abuja there. Kidnapped most of the top officers there. Nobody said anything. Nobody was arrested till death. They have attacked presidential convoy. Yet you know about all these systems. You could not employ it so that they will defeat them. Okay, now that they are giving a security alert in Abuja, Tinubu and Shetima, you people have to employ this thing now to make sure that these people do not attack Abuja. Use that tracking device. The people that is threatening Nigeria, they are not far from us. They are within the country. They are not far. They are within the country. Use that tracking device to detect where they are so that you can flush them. If you can do this from now till before from now till January, or February, when this election will be taken over, I will vote for you and tell the APC to continue, because PDP have killed us. But you cannot do it because you want to go and cut your own cake. Nigeria has become a national cake. It will become that is a national cake. Anybody from east, west, north, and south, just come and cut as many as you can and go. If the country spoil and no spoil, after all, very soon you will die and go to your grave. Forgetting that you only metere. Most of the nations and the time shall come when your children will be suffering what you are doing to Nigerians today. I'm talking to you, Tinubu and Shetima. But you will not listen until when the time comes. Why PDP won't sanction aggrieved governors? National Electoral Working Committee members speaking. Why they cannot sanction Wike and the rest of them? There are indications that the People's Democratic Party will not take the punitive measures against 5 of its governors for their recent utterances against the leadership of the party. Governor Nyesom Wike Rivers, Samuel Otom, Benue State, Okezie Ikpeazu, Abia, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Enugu, and Seyi Makinde of Oyo State have been inconsistent in their call for the removal of PDP National Chairman Iyorchia Ayu. They hint their demand on the need for an equitable distribution of the party's elective offices in line with the PDP constitution. The Punch report that they specifically noted that since a northerner, Atiku, emerged as the party's presidential candidate, Ayu, also from the north, should bow out to give room for a southerner to replace him. In their determination to press home their demand, the 5 governors resigned their membership of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council in September and have since openly championed positions considered inimical to the party's electoral fortunes in 2023. Meanwhile, these recent events, among others, have led to calls for the governors to be sanctioned to instill some elements of display among party members. However, a former chairman of the Board of Trustees of the party, Chief Bode George, stated that caution must remain a watchword as the party intensifies moves to pacify the aggrieved governors and other allies ahead of the 2023 polls. He told the Punch exclusively as an elder We will continue to appeal to Ayo to put on his thinking cap. Atiku should remain a nationalist because he wants to govern Nigeria. Even if the party wants to do so, sanction them. The time is not now. As an elder of the party, if Atiku remains completely adamant that he will not listen and Ayu is blowing tantrums all over the place, whatever anybody wants to do, they will do it. These governors are not pawns on the chessboard, and Atiku should know this. Atiku can't be talking about the constitution of the party now. Could he have a mind as a presidential candidate if we had not set aside our constitution? What is the source for the goose is source for the gander. He said the PDP elder statesman further maintained that even if Atiku wins today, he has already planted discord in the minds of the people. Atiku met with these governors and told them he would bring the chairman to the south. If he is playing games with these governors, they are also ready to play games with him. He, Atiku, is thinking that he is already in the Asok Villa. That is the problem now. You have become adamant, you have become arrogant. You don't want to speak to them because you think that this is his turn to rule the country, forgetting that when you are planning, other people are also planning. How can you tell me that a party who is coming to unify Nigeria or unite Nigeria is running what do they call it? A regional kind of a party, whereby every good positions have gone to the north, and the south is also asking just for only one position. You refused. Tell me, how are you going to handle or be able to award contracts to all these people you refused to be in the party, or not to be in that sort of with you, but to be in the party, in the decision making caucus? You refused. And you are telling me you are going to rule the country and unify the country, have built bridges. You build Paco Bridge. Even in Adamawa, that the flood have taken everywhere. As a vice presidential candidate and custom DG during your own time. Can you come out and tell us this is one thing you have accomplished in Adamawa, your own state of origin? The answer is none. You are coming to unify the country. You did not unify your own party. Party of how many? They are not even up to 1 million. You want to come and unify over 200 million people. How does that go to work? How does that sound to your ear, Atiku Abubakar? Can you people ever tell yourself the truth? They say politics is a dirty game, but must you people always play dirty? After the convention, you are the one that promised these guys that they should not worry. Once you people are back from your trip in the UK, where your people have a meeting that yes, you have to go, so that a south or a southeast can produce the chairman of the party, which you agree and you promise them yes, he's supposed to go. Even before the convention, you made a promise to what do they call it? Some wicked and the rest of them, that if the presidential candidate emerge from north, that he, Ayu, is going to step down for a south to take the position. Earlier on, you people have already quashed your constitution that says that the south will have to produce the presidential candidate for this time. You quashed it. Now they are asking Ayo to resign. You begin to bring a party constitution. If that is party constitution, then that means make Ayo to stay. Atiku Abubakar step down. As simple as that. These people don't even know how to make demand. Yeah, they don't know how to make demand. If Atiku keep on saying that they have to follow constitution, then that means Ayo will stay. Then Atiku have to go for Wike or whoever from the south or southeast to take over. It's a very simple mathematics, and they are making a case out of nothing. Yeah. Also speaking, Deputy National Youth Leader of the party, Timothy Osadolo, told the Punch, the party in its wisdom has decided to tolerate them. Wike is trying to damage the ticket of Atiku Abubakar so that in 2023 he will position himself for the 2027 elections. If Wike damages Atiku's ticket, won't he need the support of Northerners to run in 2027? Wike is putting himself on the wrong side of history, and those clapping for him do not know that he is using them for his advantage. Also, a member of the PDP National Executive Committee, NEC, and former National Secretary Ibrahim Sauri said Wike and his colleagues are taking undue advantage of the powers they have, adding, however, that the party must continue to explore the path of reconciliation. According to Saudi, the party cannot implement any sanction now because the PDP is a truly national party that is interested in progress, not divisions. Then you should do the needful, rather than coming here to making some silly statements that have nothing to contribute to your party. Tell Ayu to resign. What is difficult there to understand? So how can one man become a stumbling block to the whole PDP? It is not done because you people know the games you are playing. You are using people to play politics instead of politics that they are playing. Taking a different position is a member of a PDP National Working Committee who does not want his name in print, was quoted as saying, Atiku wants Ayu to remain. So what do you want me to say? If the presidential candidate thinks he can win without the support of these governors, good luck to him. Ayu is there with his mouth running, threatening everybody. We wish them the best of luck. Simple as that. You have said it all. Ayu is not the one that is saying this. I know Atiku is the one that is behind him because he don't want any South out to come there. He will see them as an infidel. Autumn replies, Benue State Governor Samuel Autumn has described as false the power the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Iyorchia Ayu, claimed to have to stop his senatorial aspiration. Senator Ayu in Boko, his country home, claimed to have the power as PDP national chairman to stop anyone from pursuing their elective offices if he so desire. Reacting to this development, Chief Press Secretary to Governor Autumn, Nathaniel Iku, said the national chairman does not have the power to invoke a mandate freely given by the party delegates. If he had the power, why didn't he do it then? Does he, Ayu, have the power to invoke the process already conducted and passed by delegates? When probed further to explain, EQ declined. While they finish. Good people of Biafra and the lovers of freedom and lovers of mankind, you people can see that the PDP crisis is truly turning to another different thing. It's turning to another different thing. It's going from one dimension to another dimension. Now they are using it against Wike. That is for his own selfish desire. He wants to become the president. He wants to become the president of Nigeria coming 2027. Who told you? Even if you want, but I really see reasons in what Wike is fighting for. Give us chairman. Take the presidency. Is that too much to ask? I people say no. So what do you want him to do? My dear, continue with your struggle. Only God will see you too. Lagos policewoman beats accountant seeking blood for wife. A chartered accountant, Anu Hunwatan, has accused a policewoman of assaulting him and tearing his clothes during an altercation at the Badagry roundabout in Badagry area of Lagos State. Hunwatan said an argument ensued between him and the cop after she demanded 100 naira bribe from a taxi driver on Wednesday, October 26, 2022. The University of the Lagos graduate explained that his wife just gave birth and he was looking for blood when the taxi he boarded was stopped by the woman, who allegedly threatened to impound the vehicle if the driver did not pay the bribe. Hunwatan said the cop turned on him when he refused to get down from the vehicle, adding that she heard him tore his clothes and threatened to deal with him. That is Nigerian police for you. He said, my wife has been hospitalized since October 25. They did CS on her and it was successful by the grace of God. But I had to leave the hospital to get some things, the doctor demanded. I spoke with the doctor in charge of the hospital laboratory and he told me that they had a shortage of blood. I was on the way to where I was supposed to get the blood when they called me to come back that they had just received some supplies in their blood bank and I did not need to get somewhere else. On my way back to the hospital, I borrowed a taxi which had 3 other passengers with me inside. When we got to the Badagry roundabout, we met 3 police officers there. They stopped the vehicle. A female officer approached us, and the man had no choice than to park in the middle of the road. A female police officer who is from the Badagry Police Division asked everybody to come down that the vehicle had been impounded. Others alighted from the vehicle, but I told her that I would not alight because I had something urgent to attend to. The police officers started threatening and calling me different names, but I stood my ground. I told her I would not come down. When the threat was much and the driver was not ready to give up, I alighted from the vehicle. As I alighted, she took her phone to take my picture, but I ignored her. I was leaving on my own when she rushed at me, held me by my neck, and tore my clothes. Extortion has been going on at that junction for long. And the driver actually had an issue with her because he refused to pay her 100 naira. The victim demanded just and called for the arrest and the sanction of the officer. The Lagos Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Honduyin did not take his calls or respond to text messages from our correspondent on the matter despite attempts for 3 consecutive days. That is Nigerian police for you. They will frustrate you. They will do anything humanly possible to make sure that they frustrate your life. Just because of 100 naira, you are impounding a car. You don't even know where they buy. You don't even know how they buy it. You don't even know the owner of the car. You want to impound the car because of 100 naira. Why can't this our police officer behave like human being for once? Must they always behave like animals? I mean, where are they from? Who initiated them into that system? We keep asking ourselves these questions time to time without any answers being given. Nigerian police, I ask again, who initiated all of you into this system, nonsense system, that anybody that passes your checkpoint must give you bribe? If the person refuses, then you impound that person's car. Where on earth is this one being happened? And you people used to travel everywhere without not seeing where this is happening. But yet in your own country, when you came back, you became a tiger on the street simply because they give you uniform. I'm tired for this nation. My good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and lovers of mankind, this is where I'm going to sign out on this my little brief broadcast for this day. Until I come your way again, I'll still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from my own Daily Talks corner, bringing to you the Wednesday news as it used to hot. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like my content, share it to your family and friends so that they may be part of this moving train. Until I come your way again, bye for now. Kemesiano.